Hi, friends. Hello. Welcome to my sing-along and nature study. I'm Miss Morgan. Hi to the PYC, if you're there. Hi to my mom. She's watching too. The sing-along today is called The Barred Owl. We'll learn more about the barred owl in a little bit. You want to sing though? Yeah, let's. All right. Get your percussion instruments ready. Or maybe you have some other sort of percussion instrument. Say bye to the birdies. Bye-bye, birdies. Come, friends, walk with me. Come, friends, to the tree. There's so much to learn, so much to see. Come, friends, to the tree. All right. You ready to sing? All right, you can stand up and dance. Here we go. Come, friends, walk with me. Come, friends, to the trees. There's so much to learn, so much to see. Come, friends, to the trees. That's it, you got it. Let's do it one more time. Come, friends, walk with me. Come, friends, to the trees. There's so much to learn, so much to see. Come, friends, to the trees. Ba-da-ba, to the trees. Ba-da-ba, to the trees. Come, friends, walk with me. Yeah! Were you singing? All right. Today, I can't wait to talk about the barred owl. One of my favorite nature friends. I feel like I say that a lot, though. I have a lot of nature friends that I think are pretty special and cute. The barred owl. You ready? Here's my barred owl. Here she is. Isn't she so cute? See her big round eyes? Her little nose, her little beak is yellow. She has what looks like bars, kind of stripes on her body. Let's see, on her, how did I write that? Let's see. Oh, on her belly, they go up and down. On her chest, they go side to side. But that's why she's called the barred owl. See how that I spelled that right there? B-A-R-R-E-D. The barred owl. She has bars, stripes of brown on her body. Isn't that clever? Well, what else did I learn about barred owl when I researched today? Put on my research glasses. I ask myself questions, as I always do when I set out to learn about a nature friend. Well, my first question was, what does the barred owl look like? What does she sound like? What does the barred owl eat? Where does the barred owl live? Why are owls important? Well, I already told you a little bit about what she looks like. There. Let's see what other information I have. Brown eyes, brown dark eyes, maybe even blackish, brownish blackish. Yellow beak. She's about this big. 20 inches, maybe 18 to 20. There's about 10. Wow, another big bird. And the females are bigger. They're bigger than the males. That's about how big she is. Do you want to know how big her wings are? My friend Sarah's going to come over and measure. She has something called a tape measure. Sarah, can you measure my wingspan? What is my wingspan?
Your wingspan is just about 5 feet.
Wow, my wingspan is 5 feet.
The same as your height.
Interesting, the same as my height. If I had wings, I'd be a very, very big bird, wouldn't I? But the barred owl, Sarah, the barred owl has a wingspan of, let's see, 38 to 42 inches. Can you show us how big that is? Let's say if this were my right wing here, okay? Oh my goodness, that's bigger than I thought. Really? That's how big? Wow. Okay, so I'll hold it there, about like that. That's how big the barred owl's wings are. That's a big bird, isn't it? You know something very special about the barred owl, about owls? When they fly through the forest, you can't even hear them. They're so silent. They fly silently. If you had the very special chance of ever seeing an owl fly through the forest, you wouldn't hear it. She just glides right through. I don't think I've ever been lucky enough to see an owl flying through the forest. Do you know why we probably don't see owls flying that much? You got it! They're nocturnal. They come out at night. They hunt at night. You might hear them during the day, but they're not real active. They're more active at night. So we can't really see very well at night like the owl can. So that is interesting. What else? Well, what does she sound like? I can't wait to share with you this. I found some owl sounds that I have here to play for you. Now, I'm going to play some sounds that the barred owl makes, because remember, our nature friends that make sounds, like our bird friends that have songs, they have different songs for different things that they might be doing. Okay, so I'm going to play you some different owl songs or owl calls of the barred owl. You ready? Okay, here's one that you might have heard before. I've heard it in my forest. You ready? Isn't that I love that sound. You know what people say that sounds like? Who cooks for you? Who cooks for you? Let's hear it again. Cook for you. Cook for you. Oh, I just love that sound. But here's another sound that the barred owl makes. Ready? That's interesting. Yes, I've heard the barred owl in my woods make that sound. Here is yet another sound that the barred owl makes. Isn't that fun? Let me play that again. Doesn't that sound almost like he's laughing, like, hoo, 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 hoo. That's so cute. Here's another one. Whoa. That is a silly sound. That sounds like there's two owls making sounds. Now, listen to this special sound that little baby owls make. I heard this once, and I didn't know what it was. I had kind of an idea that it might have been a baby bird of some kind, so I looked up what a baby owl sounds like, and sure enough, this is what it was, a baby owl. You ready? a baby barred owl. Oh, isn't that cute? Yes, those are some of the sounds that a barred owl makes. But there are lots of different kind of owls. Remember, when we talk about nature friends, the daffodil, there were many kinds of daffodils, some with yellow petals and a yellow center, some with white petals and a yellow center. All of our nature friends, they often have, or always have different kinds. So there are lots of different kinds of owls. Can I play some of them for you? Okay. This is another kind of owl that is in Ohio called the great horned owl. You ready? Yeah, a little different from the barred owl, isn't it? But it could be confusing if you were trying to decide if that was a barred owl or a great horned owl. Here's another sound a great horned owl makes. Whoa. Whoa. He makes that when they're kind of scared near the nest, when they're alarmed near the nest. Here's a baby great horned owl. Oh, very similar to the barred owl. Very similar. Here is another owl that we have in Ohio called the eastern screech owl. This is a really interesting sound. Ready? Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. I've heard that before. Here's another cute sound that the eastern screech owl makes. Oh, wow, it's amazing. Wow. Wow. So those are some sounds that the barred owl makes and that other owls in Ohio make. I learned that there are 8 different owl species in Ohio. And I learned that there are 225 species in the world of owls. Wow, lots of different kinds, just like our other nature friends that we've learned about. Lots of different kinds. Well, what else? What does a barred owl eat? Well, the barred owl is a predator. We've talked about that word before, remember? You say that? Predator? Predator. The barred owl eats small animals like squirrels, chipmunks, mice. It'll also eat some birds, fish. Where does a barred owl live? Well, I have a barred owl or two in my woods. And they live, and I drew. Can you see where this barred owl might live? See where I drew? A little hole in a dead tree? Barred owl might live there. Yep, might lay some eggs and have babies, and then you'd see little baby faces sticking out, making that cute little screech sound. But barred owls might also, if there's a nest that a hawk has made or a squirrel, well, the barred owl might just use that if the hawk and the squirrel aren't there anymore. And you could also build a little place for an owl, like a little owl house. I guess they'd live there too, if it was available. They live high up in the tree. What did I learn? About 20 to 40 feet, so that's pretty high up there. They live all over the United States, in the country above us called Canada, the country below us, some in Mexico. So they're all around. Why are owls important? Well, can you guess? If they eat things like mice. That's right. If they didn't eat mice, if our friend that we learned about called the Cooper's hawk didn't eat mice, well, then we'd have a lot of mice. That probably wouldn't be too good because, as we have talked about, remember, nature is all about balance. right? Can I balance that? Let me see. It's all about balance. If there were too many mice, well, that wouldn't be good. It would tilt it out of balance. So the owls help keep the population of mice and other rodents under control. Isn't nature just fascinating? I think so. Let's see. I might have one more thing to share. Let's see. Oh, just some fun facts. I already shared that they're nocturnal. They come out at night. That they're silent when they fly. You won't hear them. And they can turn their head 270 degrees. How far is that? Well, humans can turn our heads this way and this way. That's about 180 degrees. If I were an owl, I kind of just was looking at myself. I kind of look like an owl with these glasses, don't I? I've got round eyes like now. If I were an owl, I could turn my head this way and it would go all the way around and I could look that way. Wow, that's 270 degrees. They can really turn their head far around. That's pretty neat. And that is what I learned today about the barred owl. Maybe you can add the barred owl to your nature journal that you're working on, and you can maybe ask a loved one to help you learn some things. Ask yourself some questions that you're interested in learning, and then find the answers. And then maybe you can talk about the barred owl at breakfast with some of your loved ones. Maybe share some pictures. Well, I wonder if I can sing you a song that I wrote about a birdie. This song is called Seeds of Love and Hope. And this song has a drum in it. See my drum? Look. Isn't that neat? That's my drum. And my friend Sarah is going to play the drum. Here you go, Sarah. Here you go. Got it? You'll also hear something called a flute, a Native American flute, in the song too. I didn't play the flute in the song. My friend Craig did, and he did a wonderful job. But that's what you will hear, or I'll pretend I am a Native American flute. You'll hear how I do it. All right. You ready? This is called Seeds of Love and Hope. Fly, little bird, into the sky. Drop these seeds on the field you fly. Here are the seeds of love and hope. Fly, little bird, into the sky. Fly up, fly up, fly up, fly, little bird, now fly up, fly up, fly up, fly, little bird, now fly, yeah. Grab your rakes and grab your plow. Follow the bird wherever she flies. Down into the valley across the town, till the seeds find fertile ground. Yeah. Fly up, fly up, fly up, fly, little bird, now fly up, fly up, fly up, fly, little bird, now fly. You got your percussion ready? Sow the seeds of love and hope. 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 Yeah. Pray for rain and for the sun to shine. Nurture the seeds seedlings as they grow. Then pray once more for the wind to blow. Yeah. Fly up, fly up, fly up, fly, little bird, now fly up, fly up, fly up, fly, little bird, now fly up, fly up, fly up, fly, little bird, now fly up, fly up, fly up, fly, little bird, now fly. You ready? Now all the land is covered with seas. There'll be no more hunger, war, or greed. We give our thanks to the bird on high, to the beautiful wings that make her fly, to the beautiful wings that make her fly. Yeah, to the beautiful wings that make her fly. Yeah, to the beautiful wings, beautiful wings, the beautiful wings that make her fly. Oh, thank you, Sarah, for playing the drum and the shaker. That was neat. Well, I hope you pictured the owl silently flying through the forest to the seeds of love and hope and dropping little seedlings. Well, friends, before we sing our last song, I always like to remind you about working on your nature journal, learning about the barred owl today. Try, if you can, to get outside many, many times today. Oh, I want to show you something that I have back here. Maybe if you get outside in your yard, you can observe what's going on with binoculars. Maybe your loved one has some binoculars, and you can look very closely at nature friends. And remember, I always like to say all our nature friends are important. All of them have a purpose in keeping the nature world in balance. And remember always that nature needs kids, and kids need nature. Oh, nature needs kids, kids need nature, from the tallest oak tree to the smallest creature. Nature needs kids, kids need nature, become the great student of this great teacher. That's right! Open your eyes, open your ears, sit down in the middle of the forest here. Listen to the wind, the birds, and the trees. They got a great tale to tell you and me. Here we go! Nature needs kids, kids need nature, from the tallest oak tree to the smallest creature. Nature needs kids, kids need nature. They're counting on us to be their protector. So turn off the tube, turn off the games, walk outside and make a difference today. Plant a new tree, clean up a stream, make the fishies home nice and clean. Oh, from the great bear to the whales of the sea, the songbirds and the bumblebees, tigers of the east, the rainforest too, You need them and they need you. Nature needs kids. Kids need nature, from the tallest oak tree to the smallest creature. Nature needs kids. Kids need nature. Become the great student. Become the great student. Become the great student of this great teacher. I heard you singing. I saw you dancing. I saw you. I saw you. Friends, thanks for joining me for a sing-along. I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place, 2 o'clock. Be well. See you soon.